Welcome into the stream, everyone. An unusual weeknight stream, middle of the week for the strategic tournament, especially this late on a work night, but I need to get my streaming minutes up, so hopefully you can tune in, help get those average viewers up as well, and we'll hit affiliate in no time with your help as well. Tonight we have Woodrow in his first match of the tournament. He hasn't been playing this whole time, but so many portals were activated this round, we actually didn't have enough chosen warlords, since NH Irish Punk, who is running Galem, is now running Sin Marduk. Sanjitin says death to the chosen. That's not that unsurprising, seeing as he is in fact a dwarf, wanting the dwarfs to win. But we have Galem, who played round one, got the big win. The 2 dwarves and 1 elf ended up winning. Kinnerin, first time chat, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to watch probably a dwarf win, let's be honest. But Galem is actually undefeated up to this point. And he has taken out 2 dwarves, so it's definitely in the cards, but he had the help of the elves with that one as well. Woodrow just asking if I'm good. Just let him know we're live. Alright, so Woodrow's opponents today, we have Captain LSE running Rack Ironbone. Let's take a look at that one. It's not one you see all too often. 4 hit points is one of the big things there. Order, until end of turn, he gains +4 attack, and his melee strikes inflict an additional wound. He suffers 1 wound. So that is nice having that extra hit point on there, because he can do that. He's down to 3 hit points still. Definitely formidable, but not going to be doing 2 wounds all the time like Krun might do, something along those lines. Let's look at Priam Iron Soul as well. Did not mean to back out of that, which Forged Cake is running. He's a cleric. He says each of your ranks with at least 1 character in front of it may contain an additional character before becoming illegal. Once per turn after he performs an action which reduced or removed wounds from target dwarf, ready the target. So I haven't seen the deck played, but I would guess is going to be building up some big dwarf fighters, getting them up to the front, and then trying to build them up and remove wounds from them, get several attacks. And it looks like with the Edge Fiend Blight, my hypothesis is probably correct here. So Edge Fiend Blight, he's a level 4 barbarian. When he is adjacent to a barbarian, he has an additional melee strike when he attacks. Let's see. His melee strikes have +4 attack against evil characters and inflict an additional wound if he is adjacent to 2 barbarians. So probably going to see a lot of barbarians from Forged Cake's deck here. We see a Wyvern Steed on Rack Ironbone right away. Like the name on that one. Definitely repping the #Wyvern brand. But that is going to help him get up front. We see Immense to help him get extra strikes. So I would imagine if he's able to get up, do that riding check and ready it, he can put a wound on himself, get that additional wound, and then he is going to be doing a lot of strikes for additional wounds with Immense. And even if he gets a big item, Labor, that's a really good one. I don't think I've seen Labor before. That's a really solid dwarf. Woodrow, we see, looks like he pulled a Devoted, probably got killed, yep. Now Mitraz appears to be down as well, probably killing it with Pago. So Pagoforus came in, killed to react, that's going to move him forward and get +1 hit point. The Nisroch that Woodrow played is going to fall, and the Mistress Sinai, which he played, now has 2 charges on it, so he could theoretically even give Pagoforus the Thrall trait, and then all he needs to do is have 1 more die, and it can move up and start swinging. Mistress Sinai can ready it, and so none of the dwarves swung, so I would assume the Devoted was killed with Galem to move Pago forward, and the Mitraz was killed when Pago came in, or vice versa. I was looking too much at the dwarf army. So Devoted gonna swing on a Danris, just try and get those spend reacts out of the way. Danris is still my least favorite dwarf up to this point. He's just so annoying to play against. So let's see. Forged Cake also dropped a Justice on his go. Level 5, so not one you see all too common. Once per turn, after target opposing character kills one of your characters, the target must succeed with a DC 16 or stun. She has Defend and Medicine as well. and Rampage. So there's another Barbarian. Justice isn't a Barbarian, but that does play well with Edge Fiendblight. Rampage says once per turn, remove a dwarf card in your discard pile from the game. His melee strikes have +5 attack and inflict an additional wound until end of turn. So that is one he's going to need to get up front to be able to start using. Can you hover over Priam? I want to see if that works. Yep. I can look over it for you, Midge, but that does work. I have seen, I think, like 1 or 2 Priam Dragon Ranching decks just to try and help hold ranks while you're getting those bigger characters out. It works for building it up, but it doesn't work for getting them up to the front since you can't just stun them all the way up because you're able to hold those extra ranks. So kind of give and take. Take your pick there. If you want it to help hold the ranks, it's great, but it's going to take longer in an already time-consuming strategy to get those dragons up to the front. So Galem hadn't used his order to move Pago forward. Let's see. Oh, so he killed 2 Thralls with the Pago to move forward. Okay. I forgot it was 1 or more in an equal number of ranks. So he killed a Mitraz and Devoted with that, and then he just killed his other Mitraz to move Pago forward. So he's going to be able to swing. Another Thrall is dead, so Sanai can give him the Thrall trait, remove 3 charges to ready him if he so chooses. So he does have a little bit of pressure off the bat here, and that's what I would do. I would definitely just try and target Captain LSE. I maybe would have even waited until Rack Ironbone came up, but I mean, you're going to have to try and take out one Warlord here and then focus on the other one. That's really the only way to do the 2v1s. Let's see. So he got all those Danris tapped down. Yeah, 6 Danris is really brutal because it's another dwarf within 1 rank. It's not just in your army. So maybe that's why he went for the Danris instead of waiting for Rack. Just try and get him tapped down. That's a pretty common mistake. I've seen a number of people, including myself, make swinging on something else when wound reduction is in play. I kind of just get tunnel vision. I'm like, ooh, something to kill. Let's go for their Warlord. And forget that there's a Danris, 3 of them ready in the other army. You know, you see a wounded Warlord. So Galem is going to spend up, causing Mistress Sanai to correct ranks. Galem did equip a Monkey's Paws as well. Still opted to move the Pago instead of himself. I suppose that's to stay out of the way of Rack Ironbone. It probably will be over fast, but it will also depend on how well Pago can hold planar. Because, I mean, I've had matches where, like against Sly Fox, where I needed Gitroxus to hold planar for just 1 strike. He just rolled a 10. And I've had other matches where I'm swinging on a Shadow Reaver. That is the only thing between me and the opposing Warlord, and I can't roll even for 6 or 7 rolls in a row. So Woodrow says pass, so he's all passed out. He does have Sanai on the board, 1 card in hand. So he could use Sanai to either ready Nisroch or Pago, presuming he gives them the Thrall trait, but I would imagine he's going to wait until those Danris no longer have that Daybreak ability, hoping that the Pagaforus can survive the Rack Ironbone. Alright, Obliterate will do it too. So there goes the Nisroch. Not even going to be pulled forward. His next strike, I would imagine, probably on Pago, just to try and get that extra strike on the beater. And that's, or the Plentiful, just try and kill him, take out ranks too, that works as well. And not give Galem any Thralls to kill to pull himself forward next turn. So he's going to need a Steed, presuming Rack is able to take out these 2 Thralls here. And that's the tricky thing about Pago having planar. Even if he hits once with Rack Ironbone for 2 wounds, I really hope that one wasn't on Pago. It wasn't. Okay, Devoted. But even if he hits once, he's going to have to hit again to take it out. So that planar could play a big role in this battle. So Nisroch, currently the highest level Daemon in the discard pile. That's why he kept that out there. I guess I didn't even look at Galem in the intro. Him and your daemons gain an attack bonus equal to the level of the highest level daemon in your discard pile. So I know a lot of Galem decks just run like Sen Marduk because he's the highest level non-Medusan Lord daemon, and you just discard him at end of turn. And then all your guys have +9 attack. And then once per turn, you can kill a thrall, target Galem or target non-stun daemon you control performs a melee strike, and then kill a thrall, move target daemon forward 1 rank. I honestly thought that order could apply to him as well to move himself forward. It is just a daemon, but he can do a strike himself. So there he did give Pago the thrall trait on his turn and remove the 3 charges from Sinai to ready him. Let's see. Sinai should have more charges because she doesn't cap at 3. The put a charge on is not once per turn. And he just killed 3 thralls with Obliterate. Right, but he removed 3 as the payment, and he should have 3 more. Oh, right. I'm so used to playing Princess. The whole tournament is spectating other matches, commentating other matches. You guys are totally right. That's a big mistake. Yeah, so Princess, for anybody in chat who doesn't know for whatever reason, she lets you react to opposing characters killing your thralls as if you killed them. So I have Sinai in my deck. I have Ridu Faram, Ridu Kar. I just see a thrall die and I react. So Pagaforus is dead. Galamreth is stunned up front. And as Midge said, this is going to be over fast. Could just be a 15-20 minute stream here. Galamreth, thanks for showing up. Because, I mean, there's still 3 Danris, Devoted. Yeah, gonna swing on a Danris. I can't believe how high Amen's AC is, honestly. Like, as good as he is, you can start 2 of them. You would think spend him up would at least be a liability. Maybe give him 12 or 13 AC. But 15 just makes him so solid. So yeah, Devoted, that is going to be a 10, so that doesn't even hit the Danris to spend him down. And now Woodrow is out of cards in hand. They can just swing all Danris on Galem, otherwise let Rock take him out next turn. So let's see, that is going to miss by 1. The Daemon does just boost the attack, not the AC as well, but that strike is still going to miss. Woodrow says passing out. Yeah, I mean, no actions he can even take at this point. Who's the chosen traitor, Woodrow? Who's he talking to? So the Danris still missing at this point. Let's see. What? Oh, that was from Will, I see. No? How'd Reth get those 2 wounds? Oh, amends. I'm stupid. Yeah, so that one of them hit for 2 wounds, and then the other one killed him, so that's game. Well, as quick and short as this stream was, I still appreciate you guys coming out, and 10 viewers to watch the Chosen get smacked. I can back out of this and see just if there's another match going on right now. I kind of doubt it. Alright, doesn't look like it, so I just wanted to stream this. Like I said, I'm about 3.5 hours, a little bit less now, from hitting affiliate. I have the requisite number of followers, so thank you guys for helping me with that. And I'll be trying to stream a few more matches as the strategic tournament finishes up. So I know tomorrow, Irish Punk, if you're in the chat, I will be streaming your match. That's at 8:45 Central Time, I think, 8:30, something like that. So be sure to tune into that. Sin Marduk faces his toughest challenge yet against 2 of the Nothrog decks. And I think that could be a really difficult matchup. Sin Marduk had a tough time, got 5 wounds on him against Beastmaster Eladric and Irish Punk. Who's the elf in that one? I know it was Fandrix. Who are they running as Warlord? But regardless, without the items Marduk had equipped. It's not a Vikings jersey. I hate the Vikings. It's LSU. I'm a Saints fan, which is arguably worse right now that Sean Payton retired. But yeah, Sin Marduk could have a tall task against the Northrock, so be sure to tune into that. Yeah, no, I would never represent a Vikings jersey. I'm a Wild fan because I live in Minnesota, but I like Saints. I like LSU. Louisiana just doesn't have a hockey team, so got to go with the Wild there. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. The hat and the jersey there. Yeah. Yep. All right. See you guys later.